What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome to the third and final match of the group stage of the Champions Trophy. Today we're taking on Bangladesh. Well, it is basically a must-win game if we do want to make it through to the semi-finals. Just to recap how this tournament has gone so far, obviously we had a loss first up against Trans-Tasman rivals Australia. We then beat England fairly convincingly, actually, in the second game of the tournament. We do now have Bangladesh, who are well, they haven't picked up a win, so they're looking essentially to do a New Zealand of the real Champions Trophy, not pick themselves up a win. If you guys think that we can pick up the win, make sure you let me know down below in the comments. No cheating, no skipping to the end and then commenting. Make sure you give me a comment right now. If you are new, also remember, please do subscribe. New subscribers, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Returning subscribers, make sure you hit the bell beside subscribe. That way you get notified every time I go live. Trying to make that rhyme as much as I can, but it didn't work exactly the way I would have wanted it to. So there's a bit of a lucky break for Guptill as well. He is a big game player for us. Obviously missed out in the last game, made a duck. He is now coming back with a bit of a bang, with a vengeance in this game here, which is good because Tommy Latham is struggling just a touch here today. I think he's about 12 off 36 from memory, so he really needs to go and work, or 13 off 39, so really needs to work on that strike rate a little bit. It's not too much a concern because Guptill is obviously going so well, but we just want to try and make sure that we convert some of those dot balls from Tommy into some runs, you know, just into singles and stuff like that there, and that would make a huge difference. We are definitely ahead of the run rate at the moment, it must be said, even though we are setting a total, but Guptill is just going absolutely bonkers. He is 68 off 42, and this is exactly what we want to see, especially against Bangladesh. You know, Bangladesh is a side. Looking back at my cricket captain 2016 with New Zealand, there weren't really any sides that I went out and absolutely whipped, absolutely smashed. And so that's what I want to change in this career mode here. I really want to go and try and make it so against certain teams we just absolutely destroy it. And that is what Guptill has done in that over. He's taken it for 23. Moves on to 91 off 48 he was. So what an innings this has been so far from Guptill, and what a start this is for the Kiwis. Just think, if Tommy Latham was going good guns too, we could be on an absolute massive total at the moment, but Latham playing that anchor innings, and we could potentially see a change in the batting order here today as well, to bring those hitters that I did talk about in last episode up into, well, I mean, with the start here, I'm tempted to just bring Colin Munro in next and essentially just give him a free license from ball one, and he could go and just absolutely smash it. That last single that Guptill did manage to go and pick up his 100, coming off just 68 deliveries, one of the quicker one-day hundreds that we have seen on this game. He was just absolutely destructive, and now Tommy Latham is starting to follow suit a little bit as well. He's caught up on that strike rate. He's got it up to 60% now, which we, you know, in a one-day international, we still would like it a little bit higher. You know, opening up maybe around that, well, 60, 70, you know, is not terrible, especially with the way Guptill is going. You know, Latham can just go out there and really play his natural game. Doesn't have to go and do anything silly, because Guptill is just out there absolutely tonking it around. And we actually lost the toss in this game. I was going to bowl first, but we were sent into bat, and I guess what a relief it was. The 182 run partnership finally does come to an end on the back of Shakib Al Hassan grabbing a wicket. And as I said, I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to bring in Colin Munro, and as I said, essentially just give the kid a free license, and hopefully he can go out and just absolutely smash it for us. We don't want to lose Guptill here, and lose essentially 2 wickets very early on in the piece. But Colin Munro, this is your chance, this is your opportunity. Didn't get a bat in the first game. I think made 18 not out in the second game at better than a run a ball. So this really is a situation for him to try and light things up like we know he can. So fingers crossed that he can go and get that done. I do still have Mitchell Santner to come, obviously Jimmy Neesham. Next I might actually bring in Henry Nicholls, just because he has been in very good form as of lately, very good form in this tournament. He was a guy who was basically fighting for that number 5 spot with Nick Broom, and he has really put his hand up, it must be said, in this tournament, so he will have that number 5 spot for quite a long time, it must be said. Guptill grabs himself the highest run scored for New Zealand this game with 142. And Munro's doing his bit as well. He's coming in, he's striking it better than a runner ball, which is exactly what that's all I can ask for. So, and Guptill's still in. I don't really want to adjust Guptill's aggressiveness because he already is going bloody great guns. He's 157 off a 114. Just imagine if I had him on full aggression, how well he would go. But I'm not going to do that. He's hit his 7th 6 of the innings, and he is closing in, must be said, on a rare double 100. He does already have one picked up in the World Cup quarter-final in 2015 against the West Indies. There's still 9 overs left to go, so I wouldn't bet against him at this stage, picking it up. Does just need the 26 runs. Munro has done his job, so we now will bring in... Alright, we'll bring in Henry Nicholls, again, just to give him that free license, give those young players a chance to really go out there and express themselves. We do want Guptill, obviously, to be facing majority of the ball still, because the guy's 177 not out, so he obviously is in very good touch. And we do want to try and get him to make that 200 as well. I don't think I've ever made a double 100 in a one-day international on any cricket captain game for any player, so... that would be the first for me as well if he could manage to go and get it there. That one there has found the outside edge of Nicholls. He goes for 15 off 10. I guess we bring in Kane Williamson now. Very strange seeing Williamson coming in at number 5, the Kiwi skipper. And Guptill has been starved a little bit of the strike here, which is a shame. He is still 20 runs away from that majestic double 100. If he could manage to go and somehow grab it, would be absolutely awesome. That is going to help his cause as well. Just needs 12 runs off of the last 4 overs. And he's in there with his captain, Kane Williamson. So what a moment that would be from the skipper and obviously the opening batsman for New Zealand. And he has scored a truck ton of our runs. I think with that 6 he probably has gone and picked himself up that double 100 as well, but it's not going to stop him. He's going to continue to go after this bowling, and we have a very, very good total on the board at the moment, boys. 200 coming off 145 runs. He gets it with an outside edge, which is a shame because he has played so well. Hasn't really missed time too many shots, and he is going to actually run his captain out there, so that is a shame. Underarm throw as well, which is something that you don't see very often. Something that is the first time I've seen it happen in this game, and what a total this is going to be. We're looking, if we can get to 350, I'm going to be very happy with that. But in saying that, Guptill does deserve to finish not out, it must be said. He deserves to hit the last few runs. He's swept it away, and he will complete the single to finish things off. So the highest total for New Zealand, highest total for Martin Guptill as well, with his 202 not out of 152 deliveries. I have made one change to the bowling side today. Trent Boult is out of the side just due to a fact of poor form. He has been replaced by central sag Ben Wheeler, and hopefully he can... Well, Trent Boult has not been picking up wickets. He has been expensive. Still a left armour, so left armour for left armour. Hopefully Ben Wheeler can grab some wickets. And what a... Oh, Guptill. My God, words can't even describe how good that is. I was going to say he is having an absolute bloody ripper of a game. Takes an absolute screamer in the slips there, and that is the first wicket down for Bangladesh. New Zealand grabbed their first one, which is what we want to see. Really, a chase like this, and I say this quite often when it comes to Ben Wheeler. Where has this kid been all tournament? He's gone and picked up both openers. Tamim Iqbal back in the hut now as well. But it's one of those things that I do always talk about. And when you're chasing a total like this, a big total, it either goes one or two ways. You either, well, sorry, one of 3 ways. You either get rolled for next to nothing, which is looking like it may possibly happen here for the Bangladeshis. You either get rolled for nothing, you get close, or you win. So that is really all that does happen. I could have possibly gone with Corey Anderson. He was back today as well. I'm just thinking I could have possibly gone with him instead of Mitchell Santner, because the ball doesn't look like it's going to turn a hell of a lot. In saying that, it doesn't look like it's going to seam a hell of a lot either, but the seam bowlers have definitely gone and got the job done early. I'm going to keep this field pretty aggressive at the moment because the required run rate is continuing to go up. It was 7 at the start of the episode. It is now, I think it's gone above 7, so, and that is perfect. That's just what we want. The slip and wicketkeeper catching today has been superb. I was going to say that would have been an absolute cracker had it been taken. Would have been Ben Wheeler's 4th as well. He's picked up 3 already. And Matt Henry just goes through Imran Kears through his legs, would you believe? And this is turning in, as I said, has been put down. Guptill, he is human after all. As I said, this was going to turn out either one of 3 ways, and at the moment it is turning out the first of that lot there. It's looking as though it is going to be a big loss for Bangaldesh, which is good for us. It is great for our net run rate, and that is exactly what we want. There goes a Muhammadullah. He's gone. Matt Henry grabs his 2nd. He's grabbed his 3rd as well. So what a bowling display this has been from the Kiwis. Just absolutely smashing it. And there is another one. So 3 in the over for Mr. I'm trying to think who that was, Mr. Matt Henry. There's going to be a run out as well, so Tuscan Ahmed gone for that. And Ben Wheeler, I was probably gone, picked himself up in the LBW there. So New Zealand win by 257 runs. Very sorry looking scorecard, that one there. I think Henry and Wheeler, the pick of the bowlers, 4 for 13, 4 for 45. But you've got to give that man of the match award to Martin Guptill. He essentially beat, if my maths is correct, he beat Bangladesh himself by 117 runs. So that is a huge win. What that does as well is essentially, even if England do win, I think it is going to be enough to see us head into the semi-final. So that is exactly what we needed. Absolutely whipped Bangladesh. If that is what you guys picked in the comments, well done for predicting that there. I couldn't even predict something to happen that well and for a final game to go that good. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Returning subscribers, make sure you hit the bell beside that subscribe button. That way you get notified every time I go live. As you can see, we've got South Africa in the next game. This is going to be a very tough game. But we will wait and see what does happen with that one. I'm going to go wrap things up here. I'm going to go grab myself some L&P biscuits. Those things are absolutely delicious. If you haven't tried them yet, make sure you go down to your local Pack and Slave and grab one. But until next time, ka kia noa. See you soon.